Our next exercise is going to utilize a band to work on, again, and this one is an anti-rotation exercise. And what I'm going to do is I have the bike here, because I'm going to set this band up using the bike, because I can tie it off on the squat rack or some other the pulley apparatus I have here. The point is, if you have an exercise bike at home, I'll show you how you can use the bike to tie your band off to. Obviously at home, sometimes we have to get a little bit creative. Sometimes that creativity increases the risk of getting hurt or breaking something, which is not the goal. So if you have an exercise bike or a treadmill or an elliptical or something that's, again, sturdy, the key is you want to find something that you trust is not going to move as you do the exercise. You don't want this thing tipping over, shifting, or falling on you while you're doing the exercise. So I have a very small band here for the demonstration. You don't need to have a big, super heavy band for a lot of home exercise. This is about the smallest one you can buy. If you get this one and maybe the next 2 sizes up, it'll probably cost you total for all 3 bands maybe $30 or $40, and you will now have access to hundreds of other exercises you wouldn't have without the bands. So let's look at this what we call the band horizontal press. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around the bike, and I'm going to reach through, I'm going to pull it through. So now it is tied off and anchored over there. So this exercise, what you want to do is you're going to grab with your outside hand first. Your other hand comes into the band and stabilizes against the other hand, like this, okay? Don't grab like this, because then this hand isn't really doing anything. It's just kind of like, it's just hanging out. When you grab here, now this arm actually has to help stabilize. This one's going to block against it. So now from here, this one doesn't look like an ab exercise, I will give that to you, but it's actually really good at targeting your abs, especially your obliques. So when you set up, if you can, having a mirror nearby would be great, because you're anchored only on one side. So people tend to shift, they get all sorts of crooked, not of sorts. So having some kind of visual feedback is nice. So from here, I'm going to set my posture, my knees are bent slightly, my hips are back slightly, and I'm going to press out. I leave a slight bend in my elbows, okay? When I go here, it tends to round my whole body forward, which I don't want to do. I want to maintain my posture, and then I bring it back here. So what's happening right here, not a lot of work, not much going on. As I press out here, the band is trying to pull me back to my anchor point, and that's what I'm resisting. So I'm here and I'm resisting that pull back that way, and that's where the work comes in. So it's anti-rotation. We're teaching your body how not to rotate when something is pulling it towards that direction. So the movement is smooth, controlled. So I'm not going fast and I'm not overreaching. I still maintain good posture throughout. Now, if you don't have a bike, maybe you don't have something that's quite tall enough for you to do this standing. Well, if I tie this off to the seat, which is lower, another option that you have is to do these in a kneeling position. They're actually harder this way, but I can sit up this way, press out, same exact exercise, still targets the abs, probably targets them a little bit more, to be honest, when you go into that kneeling position. But if you have something stable but it's a little bit lower, then just tie it off there, put something soft underneath you, and do your reps that way. One key thing, do both sides. So if I was doing the other side, I would turn around and face that direction. Again, grab with my outside hand first and then brace with the other hand. But make sure whatever direction you face to do your first set of reps, you turn around and do reps facing the other direction as well.